Germany has seen a spate of attacks on refugee shelters this year, from fire bombings to personal assaults. More than 140 since January. Daniel Molitor is on the other side. He's a trained chef who currently runs a home for refugees in Dresden. It opened just 3 weeks ago, but there have been ultra-right-wing protesters outside every day since then. Daniel Molitor has to protect the refugees from the haters.
It's okay. Can I look at the fridge?
Okay.
Yeah?
The facility supervisor inspects the rooms once a week.
It's full. It's good. It's good. It's good. Good. And what's this here?
Excuse me. Finish.
Finished?
No,
Oh, I'm hungry. But have attention here when it's hot here. Yeah.
No,
Don't put it on the.
it's not hot.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's cool.
Cool. Okay.
German speak no.
No German.
Yeah, college.
Okay, I'm not Arabic. We have the same problem.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
30 men
But it's
live
easy
here.
here. This is
They
for-
hail from
is for
Afghanistan,
fiction here,
Pakistan, Syria, and India. Daniel Molitor wants them to feel at home.
This is Urdu and this is German.
He provides support where he can, helping them to settle in and find their bearings in completely new surroundings.
Ich bin da und ich mache es gerne. Ich mache es
Well, it's a job I'm happy to do.
ja, mit ganzem Herzen.
I'm totally committed.
Ja, es macht mir Spaß.
It's something I enjoy and something I want to keep on doing.
Sicherlich könnte ich diesen.
Of course, I
Ärger
could
und
do
den
without
Druck-
all the pressure and aggression and threats.
Ja, die möchte ich gar nicht erst vermissen. Es wäre schön,
But
wenn
it's
sie gar
there.
nicht da wäre. Nun, jetzt ist sie da.
Ever since the first refugees moved into the former hotel, German men have been gathering outside almost every day. They include leading figures from the local neo-Nazi scene. Daniel Molitor records their activities on camera. He considers them intimidation tactics. There have been a series of threats against the home and against Molitor personally.
Zweier habe ich schon erhalten,
Well, I've had 2 so far,
dass man mich gerne
saying I deserve to be strung up from a tree and
wollte
hanged,
mich an den Baum
and that they'll get me someday.
dass man mich auch irgendwann noch kriegt.
It's all
Ja,
blind
diese
hatred.
blinden Drohungen, diese blinde,
They're full
blinde
of
Hass,
rage and
diese
violence.
Gewalt. Ich versuche es den Leuten immer zu erklären, selbst wenn ich hier nicht mehr wäre.
I always try to tell people that even if I'm
Genau
gone,
das Gleiche.
someone else will
Und wenn
take
der
my
nicht mehr
place
ist,
and do
wird
the
wieder
same
jemand kommen.
job.
Und es wird immer wieder jemanden geben,
Someone
der
with
viel Herz
courage
und
and
Mut hat,
passion
um
to keep everything moving
das Ganze
forward.
hier, ja, voranzutreiben, voranzubringen.
And there have been threats on social media as well. This post warns, don't be surprised if one day you're put into a dark car and never seen again. An officer from a police task force set up to counter right-wing extremists has come by today because of the repeated threats. He takes a confidential statement from Daniel Molitor. The local authorities have resorted to hiring a private security company to protect the home and its residents. The building has already been targeted with stones, bottles, and stink bombs. The damage? 6 broken windows so far.
The broken windows are over there. You can see where they got through. We put up a board next to the fence. It doesn't provide much protection, but at least we can hear them coming in.
What kind of people are they?
What kind of people? We suspect they're locals. Just frustrated locals. Maybe they can't express themselves in words, so they show their dissatisfaction in another way. They're just trying to get their message across.
Daniel Molitor has an appointment in downtown Dresden. He's here to meet the organizers of a new group who are offering to support him and the refugees. Around 30 volunteers have gathered on the grounds of a church. They're planning a welcome event at the refugee home this coming weekend.
We can distribute flyers to homes along the Podemosstraße and invite people. Or perhaps Mr. Molitor could put up a notice about the event that says everyone's welcome. This event on Saturday cannot be made public. Right now we still have neo-Nazis outside the home every day. If they find out there's going to be a welcome party, they'll be the first to turn up, and I don't think they'll be there for the cake.
Food for thought for the volunteers who now discuss how to keep the event secure. But they're determined not to be intimidated.
They're a small number, they're loud, and they draw attention to themselves. But there are lots of other people who aren't as loud, and they represent the real Dresden. They contribute to communal life all over the city, and we don't want to let a few idiots ruin that.
The volunteers know, however, that a lot of local residents tacitly support the right-wing radicals and do not want the refugees in their neighborhood. Sometimes, like this resident, they come to vent their discontent. Daniel Molitor listens to the man who wishes to remain anonymous.
The French and the British still have their national pride. Ours was broken because our grandfathers lost a war. And now we have to keep our mouths shut and take in all these people. I'm sure most of them actually are refugees from wars, but we can't be the world's good Samaritans.
Daniel Molitor is weary of such comments, but he has the patience to listen to locals. For him, that's the key to breaking down xenophobia.
If we could just take the aggression down a peg and focus on the heart of the matter, we could make the best possible arrangements.
An hour later, the troublemakers start to appear again. The man in the pink shirt is one of the leaders. Molitor calls the security service.
There are 2 or 3 of them now. We'll see. Any time now, that white van is bound to pull up with the guy who was harassing us yesterday.
A few stories up, Yahya Nazari is keeping a close eye on the other side of the street. He's not afraid of the men outside.
I like German people, and this another people is really crazy. This looking, this one. What is this?
The thugs don't impress Abdullah Osmani. He's seen far more ominous threats in his native Afghanistan.
In the Taliban, they were very bad. They were cutting the people's necks, as well as they cut my 2 friends' neck because he was serving with the U.S. military. At last, I saw that Taliban is very bad. I gonna kill by Taliban. So I escaped out. I came to Germany. Now I don't know. Now Germany is really nice, and the Nazis guys better than Taliban, not like Taliban.
Yo, some tools. Oh, you can use this one here.
The next day, the refugees tidy up the garden in preparation for the welcome party. The supervisor is conscious of avoiding anything that local residents could perceive as a provocation. He wants to prevent the arson attacks seen in other nearby towns.
I don't want the same things to happen here that happened in Freital or Meissen. I want to protect my people and protect the neighbors. And I can promise that as long as I'm here, nothing's going to happen.
Then he deals with another complaint. This woman says the refugees have been sitting on a fragile flat roof. He appreciates her concerns. Molitor's peaceful approach seems to have alleviated her fears.
I'm pleasantly surprised. all things considered. They seem decent and considerate. We can understand refugees from wars, but what about the people coming from Eastern Europe, where there's no war? It's up to them to make things better in their own country. They can't just leave. What are we supposed to do with these masses of people?
It's 5 o'clock and the party is about to get underway, with security at the door. It's the first time the volunteers will meet the refugees.
I'm 80 and he's 18. That much we figured out.
So.
Then the host says a few words.
Sodass wir das leicht koordinieren können. Wenn ich so nach draußen schaue, jetzt
When I look outside, this would normally be the time when our protesters arrive.
keiner da.
But there's nobody there. So at least that's a first little victory. Let's keep up the good work. Thank you.
Keeping up the good work for a good cause and resisting the haters, even if everyone is aware that the thugs might be back outside tomorrow.